We have sophomore Maddie Wolski, senior Maddie Wolf, junior Katie Whitaker, junior China Chen. We have captain junior Morgan Shambo, a junior Michaela DeFrancisco, a senior captain Maddie Stanlowski, senior Savannah Crocali, sophomore Avery Pian, sophomore Macy Armstrong, sophomore Natalia Tirani, and freshman Dahlia Jabari, freshman Ann McKenzie, freshman Ava Shank Davis, freshman Sarah Keller, freshman Laura Sherman, senior Kate Michaelini, senior captain Sydney Beers, and junior Michaela Burton. Big Red is coached by head coach Melanie Hall and assistant coach Mike Brackman. And now, for your Westchester University Golden Rams. We have freshman Rodney Morada, senior captain Natalie Marshall, sophomore Michelle Hanna, a fifth-year senior Lily McFarland, sophomore Deanna Schultz, junior Anna Lacey, senior Caitlin Allen, freshman Hannah Elkins, freshman Emma Grace Kelly, senior captain Christina Rodriguez, senior Bridget Sullivan, freshman Tatum McQueen, a sophomore Corinne Gruber, a fifth-year senior captain Caroline Castaner, senior Jordan Goldman, junior Sarah Eskew, junior Melina Reyes, freshman Maddie Espinosa, senior Shannon Carroll, junior McCarthy Key, a freshman Kat Keener, sophomore Lydia Stoner, junior Kara Vargo. And the Golden Rams are coached by head coach Barb Cordova and assistant coach Stephanie Stevens. At this time, we please ask that you rise. If you are able, the playing of Lift Every Voice, followed by our national anthem.
Rise, Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the virtual stream of the Westchester Gymnastics meet. Today, the Golden Rams are competing against Cornell University. This is happening in Westchester University in Surfecker Hall.
Oh, that woke me up. I'm up. But we're gonna tighten it. Woo!
Yeah, you can drop it.
Gymnasts, please report to your first event. In the first rotation, Westchester will compete on the vault, and Cornell will be on the bars. Your 4 minutes touch will begin in 2 minutes.
This virtual event is hosted by myself, Ashley Duke, and I am hosted with Kelsey Boychuk. The Golden Rams are coached by head coach Barbara Cordova alongside Stephanie Stevens. For the 2025 season, Westchester Rams have a NQS of a 191.1 and a season high of a 192.8. And for Cornell, they are coached by head coach Melanie Hall alongside assistant coach Mike Brackman. And they have a 2025 season high of a 194.2 and an NQS of a 193.17. This meet today, Westchester would like to honor their 8 seniors. And if you are able to scan the QR code, you are able to donate to Westchester's Day of Giving to help the athletics program.
We would also like to highlight that today's meet is a cause meet. You can see here each athlete has picked a cause or two that they're choosing to support. They will also be wearing ribbons in their hair that represent these causes. And these meets are pretty special just because it presents an opportunity to compete for something bigger than yourself and raise awareness toward these causes.
If anyone is new to the college gymnastics world, essentially what's happening here is both teams get, I believe it's a 4-minute touch to re-warm up their skills and get ready for their first event. So we have Westchester, because they're at home, they'll be starting on vault, and Cornell will be starting on the uneven bars.
For the big red, starting on the bars, the first rotation.
And actually, I think this is an exciting meet for both teams today. It is their last meet before the postseason starts. Both teams are set to compete in the GEC Championships on March 22nd, so that's coming up. And this meet is kind of just one more opportunity to go out there and hit it home before they head to championships.
I feel like the 2025 college gymnastics season has flown by. Every time I go online to see something new, there's more scores, and I feel like it started yesterday, so it's crazy that this is their last meet before championships.
It is, and it's been fun to watch these teams and also everyone else in the NCAA just kind of grow throughout the season. It's fun to watch.
And we would like to give a little shout out to Synergy Gymnastics. They're a local club gym in Westchester, and they're helping us put this meet on today.
Ashley, kind of like we mentioned before, this is the last meet before postseason starts. So what do you think both these teams are going to be looking for today during this competition?
I would say like just little details such as like landings, bars, hitting handstands. Like obviously that's like a year-round thing, but now that you're in postseason, like all those little tenths are gonna matter. So I think just making sure like everyone's getting everything they can out of every single event and every single routine. I know Cornell recently had like their Ivy championships, and that was like watching the Ivy League gymnastics like really grow has been so cool. Like that meet it looked like a huge scale and Division I NCAA meet. Like they all look so cool. So watching these teams grow all season has been super fun.
Taking a look at our first lineups here, Westchester will be on the vault and Cornell will be on the bars.
And that was Bridget Sullivan just finishing up her vault for Westchester. And on bars for Cornell right now, we have Avery Bunn, is how I'm going to pronounce her last name.
Looking like a pretty clean routine so far. Just that step on the dismount.
A really nice combination into her dismount also.
Seemingly, both teams start off on a super strong routine, which is always important.
It looks like the second vaulter up for Westchester will be Kara Vargo. And she looks like she's ready to start down at the end of the runway.
Kara is underway for her vault. Nice Yurchenko layout, another good solid landing for the Westchester Rams.
You can hear Cornell doing a little pre-routine cheer. It looks like up next we have Natalia Tirani for Cornell on the bars.
Still waiting on those first couple scores for both teams. This season, the judges have been pretty particular in their scoring, which is always good to see. We never want inflation or deflation from scores. We just want exactly what it's supposed to be. So it's good to see that they're taking their time, getting these girls' scores right where they need to be.
I agree. I've actually really enjoyed that this season, the consistency in judging. But it looks like Natalia has started her bar routine.
And she opens up with a huge clear hip straight into a ginger, back to the low bar with an overshoot. And gearing up for the dismount. A nice double A, just a small hop forward, so chest down a little bit, but another good routine for Cornell. Started off with that 9.725, you can see there.
And it looks like Lily McFarland has just saluted for vault, so here she comes.
Nice, Yurchenko tuck pull, tiny hop backwards, and they are excited about that one.
And you can see back over on bars is Sydney Beers getting ready to salute. Sydney's been a standout on the Cornell team since she started. She's so fun to watch. Her gymnastics is super dynamic, and I'm sure we're going to see that today.
And if I'm not mistaken about Sydney, she currently holds the program all-around record of a 39.275. So like Ashley said, she's going to be very fun to watch today, just an athlete to look out for the rest of this meet.
In this event specifically, her bar routine is like so unique. She does skills we don't see often, like the dismount, and she has this, I believe she has this huge Takachev, so.
And you were correct, actually a huge Takachev, actually in between the bars.
And she's a tall gymnast. Like, she gets so much height, and being able to control that in between the bars is very impressive.
Yes. She might have missed her feet there on that toe on. Fortunately, passed over and has to take that fall. Gonna reset really quick, get back on that high bar, and hopefully find a good dismount. she goes with that Talon. Front pike half off. Just a tiny little hop, so it is unfortunate to see that fall, but that was a beautiful routine otherwise.
And I love that dismount. I feel like we don't see it that often in college gymnastics, so it's nice to see something a little bit different every now and then.
And back over the vault, you can see Bridget Sullivan 9.4, Kara Vargo 9.375, and Lily McFarlane with the 9.525. So
And
I would say great start.
we missed over. I believe we missed Riley's vault. I think that's what it sounded like. I think that's McCarthy standing down at the end of the runway. But we missed it. She does have a very nice Yurchenko layout full. Here comes McCarthy.
Yeah, another clean Yurchenko layout. And I would say they're doing a very good job at finding these landings and holding on to them, not going crazy, not taking too many steps. And that's exactly what you want to see at this point of the season, kind of like we talked about earlier, those details.
Yeah, I agree. I know the Rams have had their fair share of injuries this year, so them putting up a solid vault lineup has been a little bit difficult, but the last few meets they've really put together. So it's nice to watch it come together.
Sydney's score coming in at that 8.65. So that is probably going to be the score that they're looking to drop in this rotation. What kind of pressure does a fall in the middle of the lineup add to the rest of the lineup after?
Oh, it's funny you say. I was a never watched the people in front of me kind of girl. I actually was typically in this fourth spot like Addie is. It does add a lot of pressure, but sometimes that's good pressure. Sometimes you need that little bit of extra, motivation to get the routine that you want. Hopefully it doesn't affect these girls too much and they're able to shake it off and know that they're needed and they can hit these next few routines. I believe this is Corinne coming down the runway right now. Nice. With a very nice Yurchenko layout.
Yes. Addie on bars. Half turn to a very clean Ginger.
Yeah, nice combination.
And a nice overshoot to handstand. I like how aggressive she's being.
I agree. You can tell that she's looking for all these handstands. And
yes. Oh, tries to hold on to that second.
College a few years ago, they would have given it to her, but they've been sticklers recently.
Well, that is exactly the routine the Bears were looking for after that mistake.
Yes, put them back on track. McCarthy's score coming in at a 9.4. And up next we have one of their Westchester seniors, actually, Shannon Carroll, and she is in the exhibition spot. So for those unfamiliar, exhibition is routines that cannot count towards their team score, but it gives the gymnast an opportunity to compete in front of a crowd and judges to get a feel for what it's like.
And she finds another clean Yurchenko layout. Just a little step back.
And it's so nice to see Shannon competing. I believe she had surgery at the end of last year, so watching her come back for the end of her senior year has been super fun.
That is awesome that she's able to compete on her senior night. Morgan Shambo on the bars now. Nice, beautiful straddle Jaeger. Overshoot might have been a little short to that handstand, but she's still being aggressive and she's still fighting. Double leg dismount, finds that landing.
Yeah, I think you keep saying the word aggressive, and that's really describing like this Cornell bar lineup in the best way. Like they're quick twitch, they're going for those handstands, they're going for the sticks. It's nice to see that in bars, which sometimes we don't get to.
Yes, I feel like especially after a mistake, it can be really easy to hold back and just try to make the routine. But I like that they're still going full for these routines. And Westchester finishing up on the vault with a nice 47.45. So solid start rotation for them.
And up next for Cornell on bars, we have Dahlia.
Nice to Posh. Right back to the low bar pack.
Nice save with that rounding
Yeah, hold
round.
on to that. And full double tuck. I think she moves her right foot a tiny bit, so it may not give her that stick, but another clean routine for the Bears.
That was a nice routine to end their 6 on. I do believe they have 2 exhibitions lined up, though. We get to see a few more routines out of Cornell for the bar rotation.
Keep carrying it through. Doing good. Come on, Ava.
And we have a 9-7 coming in from that anchor spot, so they are going to be able to drop that 8-6-5 from earlier in the lineup. We have Ava in this first exhibition spot. Opens up Shadow Jaeger right to the overshoot. Looks like she couldn't get right to that kip, so she will have to get a little bit of a deduction for that pause. Blindfold double tuck. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice routine to have in your back pocket. You never know when you're going to need it with, gymnastics is so unpredictable. So having those extra routines that you can always go to if needed is super valuable.
Yes, and I know you keep saying it's the last meet of the season before postseason starts, but I do love seeing the exhibitions still happening because most teams in Division I NCAA, they're not going to have exhibitions as much during the end of their season, and so I like that we're still able to give these athletes the opportunity even though the season is coming to a close.
I totally agree, especially because postseason there is no exhibition. So just letting everyone get the experience in while they can. You never know like what's going to happen with your next season, you're losing your seniors, that kind of thing. So letting everyone get as much experience as they can now, I think is key to like maintaining, the next few years even.
You see that judges conference happening. This just means each of the judges' scores was out of range from each other.
I believe it's 2/10 range, right?
I want to say 2 or 3, yes.
Yeah, if they're like over 2/10 apart, then they're like required to conference and
yes,
talk it out. Which I feel like in lower Division I and Division II, that those conferences have happened for a long time now. But I've been seeing a lot of those conferences like at big NCAA Division I meets, which I'm like, wow, like again, going back to the judging, I think it's been on a great like consistency streak this year.
Yes, I agree with you. Our last exhibition for this event. Nice connection there. Chaposh packed down to the low bar. Gets that pirouette over. Oh, that was a really clean stalder. It is unfortunate to see that fall, and that is actually a very hard skill to do, so I love seeing that at the end of the routine too.
I agree, because the stalder, I believe it got revalued pretty recently to the D, or I think it's a D now. So if you can do that kind of in place of like a blind full into your double tuck to get the same amount of bonus, which is nice to bring a little bit more diversity back into the routine that we normally see in college.
Tries it again and does take another fall. She's not going to get that dismount, but that's exactly what these exhibition routines are for.
And it looks like Cornell will end the bar rotation with a 48.2. Good start going into their second event.
can see that event summary there. Westchester on vault with a 47.45. Cornell on the uneven bars with a 48.2. I would say both teams started off with pretty strong events. They're going to look to keep that momentum going throughout the rest of the meet. And I know this is actually a pretty early morning meet. I would say most meets happen later in the afternoon or at night. So it's good to see that they can still do their gymnastics after just waking up.
Yes, once you get into college, you're so used to nighttime stuff that doing things during the day is like so different. But I'm not sure if Westchester's on spring break or not. I was trying to look at the calendar, but... So next we'll see the two teams switch. So we'll see Westchester go to the uneven bars and Cornell will head over to the vault. And it looks like the lineups for the next events are on the screen currently. You can see who's going to be competing in what order.
And take a look again at some of the causes that these athletes are representing today during their cause meet. Like we mentioned before, this meet is special because it's an opportunity to compete for something bigger than yourself, raise awareness to a cause, and show your support. These athletes are wearing those colored ribbons in their hair today during this meet.
I love the cause meet. I love the idea behind it. I love seeing everyone with their own colors and what it means to them. A lot of these girls hold these causes super close to them, so it's nice to see them supporting something and feeling like they have support behind them from their team and from their fans. I don't believe cause meets were happening when I was in college gym a few years ago. I don't think we ever did one. But like I said, they're super cool and they're super unique to each team and each gymnast.
I think the pink meets were pretty popular, but I like that.
Yes, pink meet was the big thing.
Yeah, I like that it's gotten bigger than just that, so it's awesome.
I agree, because I feel like college gymnastics specifically has always been a huge, like, pink. I feel like I've always grown up with like February being gymnastics pink, breast cancer awareness season. So I agree, going out and supporting multiple causes is really nice to see.
Yes.
So in between events, the teams have 2 minutes to get from one event to the next and get all ready. And after that 2 minutes is up, then they will go into that 4-minute touch that we were talking about a little bit earlier, which just the time for them to kind of re-warm up, because how college gymnastics goes, for anyone unfamiliar, is before the meet starts, the girls do warm up on every event. So they do warm up on all 4 events, and then they do the cheers and they do the national anthem, and they just get a kind of re-warm up on each event as we go.
rotation, Westchester is in second place with a score of 47.450, and Big Red is in the lead with a score of 48.2. In the second rotation, Big Red will be on vault, starting with Abby Rothstein, Henry Wicker, Galia Jabari, Nicola DeFrancisco, Sydney Tears, Avery Bion, and Sarah Getter.
Welcome back to Westchester University, where your Westchester Rams are hosting the Cornell Bears. We are just rounding out the 4-minute touch for the second rotation. The Bears will be on the vault, and the Westchester Rams will be on the uneven bars for this next event. We saw 2 strong rotations from both teams during that first event. So really looking to keep up that energy and momentum as both teams conclude their last meet of the season before postseason begins.
And again, want to give that shout out to Synergy Gymnastics of Westchester, Pennsylvania. They're helping keep this meet up right now. So thank you guys for helping us with that. It looks like the 4-minute touch has concluded. So the girls will have a few seconds to round themselves up and get ready, and we will start with our lead off on each event.
We had Addie Rothstein up first on the vault for the Bears. She opens up with a very clean Yurchenko full in that layout position, the smallest hop on that landing.
That was a really nice lead off. And then leading off on bars for the Rams, we have Kara Vargo. A lot of big combinations right now.
Yes, she's also off to a great start. And toe on double tuck to finish that routine, just a small step forward. So both teams again off to a great start on the second rotation.
And in that leadoff spot, you really want someone you can depend on that you know is going to hit, because that sets the tone for the whole rotation. So I think both the coaches did a great job putting both those 2 girls in the lineup in the leadoff position. They both hit, and they looked confident in what they were doing.
Tammy Whitaker up next for the Bears. Nice Yuchenko tuck full. Another clean landing.
Yeah, something I noticed about that was her chest on her landing. Like, she was upright. She was no deductions for a low chest in that. That was beautiful. Looks like Addie Roth in style. 965. Yeah. Again, really solid start off for Cornell. And it looks like this is Sarah Eskew for the Golden Rams on bars. Nice handsome.
That was a huge dinger. Fortunately, it looked like she was just underneath the bar when she tried to grab that, so does have to take a fall.
Yeah, that right hand just didn't quite look ready to catch. Overall in vault, though, we just had a huge vault from Dahlia for the Cornell Bears.
Sarah, clean pack backed onto the low bar. Flying full. Double tuck. Doesn't quite find that landing. She fights for it, though. Yeah, Michaela up next on the vault for the Bears.
And so far, they have a pair of 9.65s, which great way to start the rotation. And hopefully they're just looking to build the scores as the lineup continues.
Virtius half, actually a pretty unique vault. I don't really see that often. Has to take a little bit of a step forward.
I know, I saw her stick one during the 4-minute touch. So you know she's got that landing in there. She's just saving for GEC. And this is Melina for Westchester on bars. Ooh, very nice handstand.
Nice thinking, Girth. And she is hitting these handstands. She's being aggressive. She's in a critical spot right now. Nice, huge double layout to a stuck dismount. That was the perfect routine to get the Rams back on track in this bar lineup.
Absolutely. She looked excited about that. The team looks excited about that. And sometimes that's what you need. Just need one routine to get you back on track and to bring the energy back up, and you're back in it.
Got 9-4-7-5 from Michaela in the last spot, and up next is Sydney Beers. And that was a huge Yurchenko full, slightest hop back. And I'm sure that feels good to nail that ball after a mistake on bars. But that's what this sport is all about. Memory of a goldfish. You make a mistake, you move on.
Absolutely. And like we said, Sydney's full of great gymnastics, so it's nice to see her with that huge ball. And Melina with a really, really huge 9-7-7-5 after 2 scores that are in the 8s for Westchester. They definitely needed that. And this is Jordan Coleman mounting the bars for Westchester. Has, I believe, the Golden Rams bar record. And I think she's reigning national champion.
And we can see why right here.
Absolutely. That blind pull, every time she does it, it is right on top of the bar.
Yes, that was another huge routine for the Rams. That routine from Jordan was almost a perfect example of kind of what we were talking about with the details. Her handstands were hit, her feet were glued together, she was fighting for every single 10th, and that's what we want to see. That 9-7-5 coming in from Sydney Beers on the vault. Nice. That was a huge front from Avery.
Yeah, that was really clean. Might not be the hardest ball out there, but she executed that very well.
Riley Hirata up next for the Rams after that 9-6-7-5 from Jordan. Does take a fall, just misses her hands on that Tkachev. It looks like she just wasn't there. So unfortunately, this Ram lineup is going to have to count a fall. Overshoot, right back up to the high bar. Blindfold and fights for that stick. She gets it. So great finish to that routine.
That was the finish you want to see. And for Cornell, a nice souk layout. We never really see souks, I feel like, that often in college gymnastics, so it is nice to see one every now and then.
And that was an exhibition from Macy Armstrong. We're going to have one more exhibition for the Bears on vault. No pep talk from coach before Tatum takes off on the bar lineup. She is in the 6th spot, so it is going to be the last counting score towards this lineup.
Yeah, and a little fun fact about Tatum, I actually coached her when I was still living in Westchester before I moved to where I live now. So she was actually one of my gymnasts, so I love to see her in purple and gold.
Our last exhibition on vault from Sarah.
Nice layout.
You can see another conference going on there. It looks like they are ready to go for Tatum's routine. They left with a nice first handstand right to that veil. Huge straddle Jaeger, and actually pretty unique. You usually see the bail after the Jaeger, so she is staying on the high bar. She goes toe on front off and just that little tiny step. Way to close out that lineup from Tatum.
Like you said, a really good way to end the bar lineup for Westchester. Like I said, I hold that one near and dear to my heart because coaching Tatum on bars was always fun. But it looks like we're going to have an exhibition from Shannon Carroll for Westchester. And actually, this angle is great to see everyone's cause ribbons. So if anyone's watching, if you look at all the girls' hair as they walk by, you can get a little glimpse of their ribbons in their hair for their causes.
Excuse me, is this any of your guys' stuff that you guys put? How do you usually get an angle? That's probably the better.
But honestly, yeah. You gotta see the other corner of the floor, my guy. Let me know if you can see me on the corner of the floor.
Score for Tatum coming in 9.55. And exhibition routine from Shannon. Very clean so far from Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon's a very dynamic gymnast. She's very fast twitch.
And she finishes that routine.
Like I said, she had that foot or ankle surgery. So getting her back into the lineup just to, get out there and do something she loves is super nice to see, even if it means a little bit of an easier dismount for the time being.
We have our second event summary and see Westchester on the bars finishing with a 46.475 and Cornell finishing on the vault with a 48.275. So Cornell is going to be taking our lead. And we are going into the second half of the meet, second half, best half, right?
I would probably say most agree with you. People love to go to floor and put on a show.
Yes, so next we will have Westchester on the beam and Cornell on the floor. If you're just joining us today, Westchester University is hosting a cause meet today. You can see some of these causes listed here. Athletes are wearing ribbons to represent these and spread awareness and compete for something bigger than themselves today, alongside their senior night as well.
All right, let's see the second rotation. Virtius third rotation. This rotation, Westchester will compete on the beam. And Cornell on the floor. Four rotations. Let's give them 2 minutes.
So again, if anyone's just joining us, we are currently doing our little 4-minute touch. The girls are getting a time to kind of re-warm up. They did their full warm up for each event before the meet started. So this is 4 minutes to just get their body acclimated back to the event and, try and keep everyone as healthy as possible and make the sport safe.
Both teams off to good starts in the first half of the meet. And heading into the back half, Ashley, what are both these teams going to be looking for to close out this meet?
Like we keep saying, this is last meet before the postseason. So I think just ending it on like a really confident note. Like even though Westchester had those falls on bars, like you're getting all that out now, so that in the next, I think GEC is in 2 weeks. Like you have those next 2 weeks to build. So both these teams, I think, are looking for like confident, strong endings so that they know they put all they had and they can really continue to move forward into conference championships.
Yes, I agree with you. And these two events are events that you're able to be aggressive and just kind of go for it.
Yeah, I agree. And like we were saying, Cornell was really showing like that strength and dynamicness on bars. So floor is definitely the event to like get out there and give it their all. And like when I was on the Westchester team, we always said we were a beam team. Like historically, this is where Westchester shines. So I'm hope they're able to bring it back a little bit after those few mistakes on bars.
Like we are about to begin our third rotation. Westchester Rams on the bounce beam and Cornell Bears on the floor. We have Kate Michelini leading off for the Bears on floor. Opening up with a nice double tuck. Finds that landing, chest up. And beautiful leaps. Don't
Nice
often
leaps
see
there,
that
yeah.
switching.
We've been seeing a lot more unique and complex leaps these past few seasons. I know they've been valuing them a little bit higher so they get a little bit more difficulty. So it's been nice to see that change.
You have McCarthy Keene on the beam leading off for the Rams.
A really nice second pass over there on floor for Cornell.
And McCarthy on the beam just nailing that triple series back handspring layout. Well done. And a good lead off from Kate on the floor for the Bears. Nice split 3/4 from McCarthy. Heading into that dismount. Piping her at the end. Finds that stick. That was a absolutely beautiful routine for the Rams. Way to lead off that beam lineup from McCarthy.
Yes, you want that hit routine in the beginning, really sets the tone for the rest of the event.
We have Kate's score coming in at a big 9.675 to lead off the Bears on floor. We have Sarah up next. He opens up with a 2.5. Well done. Finds that landing. Over on the beam, we have Emma Grace Kelly, who recently actually just got Gymnastics East Conference Co-Newcomer of the Week.
Yes, I saw that. And this routine has potential to score really well, and she's very beautiful on the beam. And McCarthy's score is coming in at a 9.7. That's a huge way to start their event, exactly what Westchester wanted. A nice side aerial there for Emma Grace. And a good fight on floor, a little bit low front layout, but she was able to act like it was perfectly normal for her.
Sarah finishing up on the floor for Cornell. And Emma having a stunning beam routine so far. Her toe point is beautiful. Her lines are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Another great routine for the Rams. Up next on floor for the Bears, we have Michaela, and up next on beam for the Rams, we have Tatum.
And we have a 9-6-7-5 coming in for Emma Grace, and Tatum is starting her beam routine. She's done that mount for many years now, and every time it's just as cool. Switch loop to straddle quarter. Open up this routine. Heading into the series. We have a 9-5-5 coming in for Sarah on floor. Looks like Tatum gearing up for the dismount. Round off 1.5, finds that stick. The third solid routine for the Rams. This is Michaela on floor for Cornell. A little side note, now that I can see the whole Cornell Leo, I really like it.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, the sparkles and the kind of see through the mesh in the back.
A nice end to Michaela's routine. You can see her teammates pretty excited there. Natalie Marshall up next on beam for the Rams. You can see that conference there going on for Tatum's score. A great start for both of these teams. To start off the second half of the meet, I like the aggression, I like the confidence. They're in it now, and they both want it.
Nat has potential to be phenomenal in this event. She can typically get up there and hit like it's no one's business, so I hope she can deliver today. Yep.
Nice.
Looked like she had no problem with that.
You can see Tatum's score
Actually, from
coming
here,
in at a 9-7.
it seemed like Nat's front foot was kind of off, and you couldn't tell in the slightest.
Nice, another huge connection. Cat leap to side aerial. Those side aerials are tricky. I know they look easy, but they are so difficult to do. And another stuck dismount. They've got this sticky.
Great receipt. Yeah, sticks are contagious, they say. You got one person to stick it, and the people after you probably will too.
That should be another great score for this Rams beam lineup. And we're still waiting on Michaela's score on the floor. Up next will be Cami Whitaker. The score coming in at a 9.7 for the Bears. Take a look at Cami opening up this first pass. Front layout, front Rudy to stag jump, nicely done.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was a huge late pass from Cami.
Natalie coming in with a 9.65. And it looks like on beam with South Carolina. Yes, that's that in. Opening with a nice standing route step out. Going for Cami's last pass on floor. A very nice double tuck.
Well done, Cami. And well done, Caroline.
Yes, the very solid series over on beam. This is her last time in 5 years competing in Gym 6.
Awesome seeing, especially for a meet like today where you're representing your seniors and you're competing for causes. It can be emotional, and so it's really fun to see that these athletes are still able to kind of reel in their emotions and do their gymnastics despite everything else going on and maybe any outside factors. And like you mentioned, like not thinking about competing for the last time, because that can be quite emotional. So just focusing on doing their gymnastics.
a really huge 9.85 for Sammy Whitaker on floor for Cornell. Wow, that's exactly the kind of scores they want growing towards the end of their lineup.
Yes. And I think that is the highest score we've seen today so far.
Yes, I think so. I believe this is Sydney on floor. Again, powerhouse.
Yes, huge double tuck. Looked like she might have stepped out of bounds. Couldn't 100%.
I was looking for a flag, but yes, me either.
Okay.
And we have Lily McFarland. They're at Westchester's other fifth year, actually, on beam right now.
And just a
Caroline coming in at 9.7. Lily has been consistent on beam all 5 years at Westchester. She is someone 95% of the time you can put up there and she's going to deliver a hit routine.
Sydney gearing up for the second pass. Front through to double pike. A little bit of a hop back from that landing.
And on our other side of the screen, Lily, yeah. And a nice duck 1.5 at the end.
I think you can tell from both these teams, they're comfortable, they're confident in their gymnastics, and they're just having fun and knowing that all their hard work in the preseason and now during season is paying off, and it's just honestly fun to watch.
I agree. And watching them have fun is college gymnastics is unlike club gymnastics. If no one's ever been or seen the environment, it's team focused, which makes it, just really fun to compete with all your teammates and compete for them.
You're going to have 2 exhibition teams for Westchester on beam. And then we still have 1 more floor team from the Bears on floor, and then we will also see 2 exhibitions from them over there. Lily's score coming in at a 9.8. So Westchester is going to close out that beam rotation with a 48.575, which is a huge score. So well done for the Rams. This is Kat Keener on the beam right now, opening up with a nice front toss back handspring.
And Sydney Beers, I'm not sure, I'm sorry if you already had said that she got a 9.675. On floor right now we have Addie Rothstein, excuse me. Opening with a nice front through to double top.
Nice exhibition from Kat Keener.
Wow, stuck double tuck over there on floor.
Yes. That is impressive. She knew exactly where she
Very.
was.
About to
Nicely
end her
done.
routine. And it looks like our second exhibition for Westchester will be Hannah Shelton, which actually me and Hannah actually did club gymnastics together when I was, I think, a senior in high school, and she might have been in like 8th grade. So another one that's really nice and cool to see in the purple and gold.
Always fun getting to watch those younger teammates go out there and compete. And then, I don't know about you, but in my mind, the little ones are always going to be little in my head. So it's crazy seeing them like graduating college because I'm like, no, you're still 12 years old in my mind.
And even with, like I said, coaching Tatum, like seeing her in a college early part is absolutely insane. But Hannah starting with the wolf turn, something we don't see often in college gymnastics.
Nice front aerial to back tuck, fights for that landing. Pretty unique jump combination there.
And nice
Inner
pike.
Yeah.
And right now we have Nora Sherman on floor exhibitioning for Cornell.
Second pass, nicely done. Round up by handspring, double tuck. Yeah, nicely done. Exhibition from Nora. And over on the beam, Pat Keener with a 9.6 and Hannah Shelton with that 9.575. So they're right up there with the rest of that beam lineup.
And Westchester is ending the game with a 48.575, which is their highest apparatus score yet for the meet. So I know they're definitely happy with that going into their last event. Or
we have one more exhibition on floor for the Bears. It's going to be Shaina Chen. First pass opens up with a big double pike. A little chest down on that landing, but still finds it. And 1.5 punch front layout for that second pass. And well done to close out that Cornell lineup on the floor. Closes out our third rotation. You can see Westchester finishing with a 48.575 on the bounce beam, and Cornell finishing with a 48.75 on the floor. We are going to head into our final rotation where Cornell will be on the bounce beam and Westchester will be on the floor exercise. To highlight that 9.8 from Lily McFarland on the beam, and then that 9.85 on the floor for Rothstein. Some huge scores from this rotation.
Yeah, and Whitaker on floor, actually. They had 2 9.85s, which are the range you want to be in to go to, the nationals and the championship meets and be able to be competitive. It's exactly what Cornell is looking for.
And take a look here at the next event lineups. Like we mentioned, Westchester will close out on the floor. Cornell will close out their meet on the balance beam. Take a look one last time at the causes that these athletes have chose to represent today during the meet.
And one last time. Oh, yeah. You can see Westchester's seniors here. There's 6 organic seniors for the class of 3-5, and they have 2 fifth years that stayed for their 5th season that are part of the senior class, too. And like I said earlier, down in the bottom corner is the QR code that you're able to scan if you're wanting to donate to Westchester Athletics. We are headed into our fourth and final rotation, where Westchester will be on the floor and Cornell will be on the beam. Ashley, for a team like Cornell, who just had a pretty much lights out floor rotation, how do you take that energy and that momentum and carry it over to an event like beam, where one wrong nerve can throw you off? I think it's just going to be about like trusting their practice and being confident, because beam is one of those events where, yeah, one thing goes wrong and it can definitely change the whole for like how the event was going to go. But also, if you're not aggressive enough on beam, like I think that can almost be just as daunting as trying to be too perfect. You know, like knowing going in there, knowing you rock floor and you need to do the same on beam, like having that confidence in yourself is, I think, is key.
I agree with you. And what do you think Westchester is going to be looking to do as they close out their last home meet of the season?
Yeah, I mean, they had like a little bit of a rough rotation on bars, and they really brought it back on beam. So I think like they don't have anything to lose right now. Go in there, give your biggest, your best gymnastics, and see where it's going to take you. Floor is the event to go out there and put it all. So I just think they want to bring the energy and end on a high note.
We are headed into our final rotation. We have Avery Bunn, pardon me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, on the beam for Cornell, and Lydia Stoner will be first on floor for the Rams. Nicely done connection there from Avery, front toss to the beat jump, and heads directly into the series. A handspring layout, step out, well done. A huge switch side from Avery. And now 1.5 for the dismount, just a small step. But that was a confident and poised routine for the Bears to start off this lineup.
Yes, that is exactly the team you want, the routine you want to start off the lineup. She looked like she knew she was going to hit when she was up there. And it looks like Lydia has saluted. I know Westchester definitely has some depth on floor, and they've kind of played around with the lineup all season. So it's nice to see a bunch of different people to go out there and show what they can do to make the best lineup they can.
And I would also like to mention that I have had a blast watching this floor lineup, the meets that I have seen from Westchester this season. So it's going to be really fun to see them one last time at home, showing it off.
Yeah, I think Westchester choreography is, I might be slightly biased being an alum, but it's always really fun, and typically the team gets so involved with it.
Lydia ran off 1.5, punch front layout for that second pass. Nicely done.
And Avery coming in with a huge 9.725 to start off Cornell.
A great first routine for the Rams on floor.
Unfortunately, it looks like Anne came off on her series, but one fall doesn't mean the rest of the routine won't be nice. Hopefully she can bring it back and hit the rest of the routine to keep deductions at a minimal.
Nicely done leap series there. A little bit of a bounce check, but she fights for it. And round off 1.5 to end that routine. I like seeing her get back on the beam, reset, and just continue like nothing happened. That's so important because you never know when you're going to have to count that score, and so every single tenth is going to matter. We have Kat Keener up next on floor.
Like we've been saying all meet, after that fall, the next person up becomes the most important person in the room. So hopefully Cornell can get a good reset before their third person in lineup. And Kat is now starting her routine.
And just before her, Lydia Stoner, that score came in at a 9.7. Nice front double full on floor from Kat. That is an E pass. Very impressive and well done.
A very solid series on beam right now from Morgan. And she just looked a little bit off in that side aerial, so she did come down, but like I said earlier, super solid series. And if that's the only thing that happens in this routine, and she should still be able to score pretty well.
Heading into the third and final pass. Right hand swing, Rudy. Nicely done. I love seeing the 3-pass routines, especially opening up with such a hard first pass. Good to see that she's still able to get 2 passes after that on the floor.
I agree. So recently we've seen like the fall of 3-pass routines, and it feels like that's what we all grew up doing gymnastics with. So seeing these 2-pass routines everywhere, it just feels so new. So seeing the occasional 3-pass routine, especially with the E in that first pass, is nice.
So Cornell is going to have to count a fall on beam. They will be looking to Natalia to get this lineup back on track. What do you think is going through her mind before this routine?
Honestly, just getting up there and doing what she knows she can do, like what she's been doing at practice. I wonder, in my mind, if she was watching her teammates and knows what happened, or if she's just going up there blind and, if that changes her mentality. I know some people do like to change the mentality if they're after a fall, like, they like us saying on bars, they like that added pressure. But I know others like to act like they're the first one up and the last one.
And a massive 9.825 from Kat Keener on the floor. So this Westchester lineup is going to be looking to keep building off that score. Caroline is scattered on the floor, sticks that double pike. Like that pass, hand-swing front layout, front full. She had a lot of momentum going into that pass, so I'm glad she was able to find that landing. And we have Natalia on the beam. So far, so good. I didn't want to jinx it. That was a nicely done side aerial.
Yeah, she had a really nice series to open up the routine. I know for Caroline, I think this is her 3rd year doing this routine. I can't imagine how she's feeling right now the last time. Like we said earlier, knowing you're doing this for a cause and for your other teammates definitely probably helps keep those emotions a little bit lower so you don't, lose yourself in them. A really nice finish on beam.
Yes. So those were 2 great routines to watch. Natalia gets the Bears back on track over there on the beam. Next on beam for the Bears, we have Sydney Beers. Up next on floor, we have Lily McFarlane. So 2 standout athletes for both of these teams to look for.
And hopefully Natalia brought the Cornell Bears a little bit of peace, making that fourth routine, bringing them back where they need to be to hit these last few. And a huge 9.875 for Caroline. And Lily has started. She's in the same boat as Caroline, that 5th year, been doing this for a few years in front of this crowd. I'm sure she feels so joyful. And Natalia's score coming in at a 9.575, so just what the Bears needed to get them back on track.
And Sydney nailing that series.
And Lily led off with a huge front through double tuck.
And Sydney ending her beam routine with a nice gainer layout full, finds that stick. Nicely done double pike from Lily to end that floor routine. You can just see the excitement and the emotion. We're gonna have Michaela Burton in this anchor spot on beam for Cornell. And then we will see 2 exhibition routines after that.
It looks like Sydney Beer's score is a nice 9.725.
And Michaela trying for that series front aerial. Unfortunately misses the connection twice, so that will be a deduction, but she's just gonna need to finish out this routine like she knows how to do.
And Lily's score coming in a huge 9.9, the highest score we've seen so far this meet. Westchester definitely looking for that to finish off the end of this meet.
Michaela with a nice front toss. Here's it for the dismount. Run off 1.5, just a tiny step back. This is Emma Grace Kelly for Westchester on floor. She ends that routine nicely, having fun with her teammates. You can see there these scores building on floor. That's exactly what this lineup is looking to do, especially on their last event. Keep the momentum going. This first exhibition is going to be Savannah for Cornell on beam. We're just waiting that score from Michaela Burton.
And as we see the difference over Michaela's score, I feel like we kind of expected this one with having that problem, the difficulty with her series. She won't get credit for any sort of series, so her start value is probably going to be lower, causing the confusion, I would imagine.
Grace Kelly's score coming in at a 9.675, and this is now Bridget Sullivan in that anchor position for Westchester. Nice Ruby stack jump. Layout to front full and a very clean landing from Bridget. Very nice routine. And this is Savannah on the beam for Cornell. Good fight on that side aerial. I'd love to see. Back handspring, tuck 1.5 dismount. Just a tiny step backwards, but great routine for Cornell.
Yeah, and definitely good for her to get that experience in going into the postseason, so they know they have a routine in their back pocket if they need it.
I'm excited about that score for Bridget. As they should, 9.875. So way to go for this Westchester team. They really ended this event on a high note.
Yeah, and breaking that 49 into the, breaking that 49 floor score, I know is definitely a goal, and that's a really, really great achievement.
is Natalie Marshall now in the anchor spot, or I'm sorry, the exhibition spot. Opening up with a nice double pike. And Nora Sherman up now in the second exhibition spot on beam. Savannah scored before her, coming in at a 9.55, so great routine. And Natalie looking solid on the floor over there. It's so fun to see these exhibition routines not only get up and do their routine, but perform it and have fun and do it well, because that's exactly what this is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. College is a show. College gymnastics is about putting on a show. So being confident in not only your tumbling, but your, like you said, your choreography and the execution of how you're doing your stuff is half the battle.
And very well done by Nora to close out that beam rotation for the Bears. The Bears event total 46.95, so probably not the score that they were looking to get for this last event, but they're still coming in with a 192.175 for their team score today. And any mistakes made, they're just going to go into the gym these next few weeks or so and work on the details like we've been talking about and take that to the championships on March 22nd.
Absolutely. Getting all that, like we say, get all the falls out before it always matters, but before those championship weekends. Get it all out, take the extra few weeks, get rid of your jitters, and go in there and perform with you.
We have our last exhibition, Kara Vargo on the floor for the Rams. Nice double pike. She did have a little chest down on that landing. Ends right into those jumps. Well done. Second pass, 1.5 punch front pike. Very clean landing on that. Third and final pass, round off 1.5 punch front tuck. And nicely done from Kara to close out this rotation.
Well, that was a great way to end the regular season. I'm sure both teams are extremely excited to get into championships and take the next few weeks and work on what they know they need to before they get into that championship meet. We'll
take one final look at that event summary floor exercise, Westchester taking the lead, 49.175, a huge score from them. And to highlight that 9-9 from Lily McFarlane. And then over to beam, 46.95 for the Cornell Bears. Like we kind of talked about, not the score they were looking for, but still some highlights definitely to take away from this event for them. And you can see those total scores there. Cornell is going to take this 192.175 to Westchester's 191.675. So they definitely kept it close, and it was a very entertaining meet to watch for sure. And we'll take a look at the event titles for today. On vault, Sydney Beers from Cornell with that 9.75. Tied for second, Addie and Cami, both also from Cornell with 9.65.
Oh, and Avery's in there for second.
Oh, so. Yeah, I just saw that. And Avery.
Cornell is consistent on vault, as we can see. And on bars, we have a tie for first from either team, Addie from Cornell and Melina from Westchester, both with 9.775s, both with beautiful bar routines. And not far behind them is Morgan from Cornell with a 9.75. In floor, we can see where Westchester had their best event. First, I'm sorry, this is balance beam, my apologies. But Lily coming in first with that 9.8, and then Avery and Sydney from Cornell tying with the 9.725. And here is floor with both teams having huge scores. Almost every score on this leaderboard is above a 9.8, which is wildly impressive. Lily coming in first with that huge 9.9. Caroline and Bridget, both from Westchester, with the 9.875, tied for second. And then Cami and Addie tied for third with a 9.85, which is a huge score to be in third place.
Yes, these scores were definitely close, but like you mentioned, so awesome to see. These girls know what they're capable of heading into championships coming up pretty soon here on March 22nd.
And it looks like we only had one all-arounder this meet, and it was Sydney Beers from Cornell. And she ended in first with a 37.8.
And like we mentioned before, our final scores from today, Cornell does take the lead with a 192.175. Westchester takes second with a 191.675. It's a great meet from both teams, and excited to see what they can do in championships coming up. Thanks for tuning in today.
concludes today's competition. The scores are now being tallied, and we ask gymnasts from both teams to line up on the floor to await the announcement of the results. Before we get into the results, we are going to start with our 9.7 club shirts. I will be announcing the scores of WCU gymnasts at each event that scored a 9.7 or higher. Be ready, they got good arms. So joining the 9.7 club today, on the uneven bars with a score of 9.775, Melina Ringuez. Moving on to the balance beam with a score of 9.7, McCarthy King. Staying on the beam with a score of 9.7, Tatum McWin. Again on the balance beam with a score of 9.7, Caroline Cascadon. And lastly, on the balance beam with a score of 9.8, Lily McFarland. On to the floor with a score of 9.7, Lydia Stoner. And with a score of 9.825, Kat Keener. With a score of 9.875, Caroline Cascadon. And with a score of 9.9, Lily McFarland. And lastly, on the floor with a score of 9.875, Bridget Sullivan. All right, now for the results. Starting with the vault, we have a three-way tie, all from Cornell, with a 9.65, Avery Bynum, Kim Whitler, and Addie Rothstein. And in first place on the vault, with a score of 9.75, Sydney Beers. Moving on to the uneven bars. In third place from Cornell with a score of 9.75, Morgan Chambeau. And we have a tie for first place, starting with Cornell with a score of 9.775, Addie Rothstein. Westchester's first place tie with a score of 9.775, Melina Ringuez. On to the balance beam, we have a two-way tie for second place, both from Cornell, Sydney Beers and Avery Bynum. Beyond. And in first place, on the balance beam from Westchester with a score of 9.8, Lily McFarland. Moving on to the floor exercise, we have a two-way tie with a score of 9.875, both from Westchester, Bridget Sullivan and Caroline Cascadon. The winner of today's floor exercise from Westchester with a score of 9.9, Lily McFarland. And lastly, the all-around winner for today comes from Cornell with a total score of 37.8, Sydney Beers. And lastly, the final team results, coming in second place with a score of 191.675, your Westchester Golden Rams. And the winner of this morning's meet with a total score of 192.175, Cornell University. Thank everybody for coming to our last home meet. Everyone drive safely. Have a great weekend.